Greetings, all. My name is Patricia, and today I will be reading an excerpt from my horror novel, I Am the Shadowman. Now, this story is I Am the Shadowman. That's the actual story, and this will be chapter 4 in a paperback novel. It begins on page 37. Please enjoy. Under the guise of night, Sanjay and I strolled off the sacred agency grounds. Sanjay, I want to thank you for helping me and my baby while I'm still able. You're risking your life to save mine. I know, I don't know how I can ever repay you. Get out of this alive with your soul intact. That's how you can repay me, she whispered, almost out of breath. We walked for about a mile and met up with two Native American men driving a pickup truck. They squeezed both of us between the two of them in the front seat. Neither said a single word. They just drove. A few hours later, the driver pulled off the main highway onto a dirt road and traveled for another hour. Under the overcast sky, the darkness of the night was absolute. My powers as a seer were gone, non existent, for very little light remained inside me. I could actually feel the darkness taking over one cell at a time. The urge to pull the steering wheel to the side, causing the truck to crash, was overwhelming. The only thing that stopped me was the thought of killing my unborn child. The driver abruptly pulled off the road onto an open field bordered by a hilly outcropping on one side. The dim light of the full moon had come out and gently illuminated a small structure in the distance. I could barely make out a group of individuals milling around in the dark. Me and Sanjay got out of the truck and started walking towards the group. After we were out, the driver pulled off as quickly as he stopped. Sanjay, I whispered, where are we? She exhaled and shuddered despite the warmth of the night air. We are at the mouth of hell. The people you see are supreme seers. All are full-blooded Cherokee. Ni Yun Wi Ya, which in English means the people of God. Their powers are 1,000 times more powerful than mine. The agency reconnoiters these openings and assigns their most powerful masters to monitor the gates. They send these creatures back to hell before they can escape into the world. The flimsy structure covered a gaping hole in the side of the hill. The flimsy structure covered a gaping hole in the side of the hill. One supreme seer manned the openings at a time. The agency determined 10 minutes was the amount of time a supreme seer could withstand before any permanent damage was done to their supernatural abilities. The supreme seer's only purpose was to keep the dark, evil spirits from escaping through the gates of hell. Once out in the world, they became shadowmen. Occasionally, one slipped out undetected, but most times not. The stench of the sulfurous gas emanating from the opening caused my throat to constrict. I heard muffled screams which sounded like they came from within the hillside. The screams were inhuman, filled with sounds of agony and suffering. I wanted to turn and leave, but an unseen force took hold and drew me closer. My feet moved in the direction of the structure against my will. My baby twisted and turned, kicked me strongly, as if he were doing everything to get my attention, to make me turn back. It didn't work. I was in a daze, and the only sounds I heard were deafening shrieks of terror. Yet I continued to gravitate towards the gate. Aria, stop! Don't go any closer. This isn't what I planned. You can't go in there by yourself. Wait! Sanjay shouted and tried to grab my arm. I shrugged her off and continued towards the gaping hole in the side of the hill. When I was almost at the opening, I heard something calling out to me in a loving voice. Part of me was frightened. The other felt it was my destiny. Stop her! We can't let her go in. Please, somebody stop her. Sanjay pleaded. Sanjay's old wrinkled hands grabbed at my arms. I looked at her with such hatred in my eyes and in my heart. With both hands and with all my might, I grabbed the old woman and I shoved her towards the hole. Her mouth opened in shock. She was surprised at my actions. And just as quick, dark, shadowy figures formed and pulled the old woman deep into their madness. I heard her screams of pain and fright. I smiled. I was pleased. The remaining Supreme Seers tackled me to the ground. I awoke from my daze after realizing what I did to Sanjay. Sanjay, I cried out, Sanjay, Sanjay, God, please help me. I don't want to die. Please protect my child. A handful of the old woman's hair remained tangled between my fingers. I looked at the gaping hole. Her screams became faint until I no longer heard them at all. The commotion broke the trance of the Supreme Seer monitoring the gate. He looked in my direction and scowled. Woman, come to me now, he ordered. I walked to where the Supreme Seer sat and I hung my head in shame. My soul was not completely tainted. Some good still remained. Yet at the same time, I wanted to kill the Supreme Seers and throw them one by one into the gaping hole. Why are you here? He asked. I was trying to kill a fully developed Shadowman. I accidentally let it touch me. The old woman Sanjay, she brought me here to rid me of it. It grows stronger every day, and pretty soon I won't be able to fend it off. I'm frightened. I'm frightened. Not only for myself, but also for my baby. I rubbed my stomach, feeling the reassuring kicks. He touched my forehead and said, the child you carry is unharmed. The Shadow Man wants only your soul. I see your aura. You were once a seer and have killed many. It wants revenge. He studied me as if he read my mind. Yes, I used to be a seer. Now all I want is the blood of men, women, and children on my hands. I want to kill as many of you as I did of them. I want to hold your hearts in my bare hands until they stop beating and see the faces of my victims as they slip from life to death. I want to inhale their last breaths. I felt the darkness get closer to overtaking my soul, and I embraced it. The Shadowmen are no longer my enemy. I am the Shadowman, I proudly exclaimed. The Supreme Seer dropped his hand and backed away. What kind of an abomination are you? You were born a seer, placed here on this earth to fight off evil, yet now you have embraced it? What happened to you? When I was a seer, I killed so many Shadowmen. Death no longer bothered me. Perhaps you can say I lost my way trying to do the right thing. Ridding the world of the Shadowman no longer satisfied me. Killing became my drug. The more I kill, the more I wanted to kill, the more I had to kill, and I will continue killing until I am no longer able to. The voices calling out became louder and stronger. I covered my eyes, I covered my ears to quiet them. You are extremely close to being fully taken over, but I want you to fight. You need to fight for the sake of your baby. I think I know what Sanjay planned for you. Go outside and wait for me. Okay, you all. I think that's enough of I Am the Shadow Man. This was really fun for me to write. It was kind of scary. It took me to some deep, dark places that I don't want to go back to, but I really enjoy writing this book. I Am the Shadow Man is a trio of three horror stories, and I can honestly say that this will probably be my first and my last horror book. But I hope you all enjoy that. And those of you who like horror, you will not be disappointed. Please continue to follow me on my website at www.patriciarhopkins.com and on my Facebook page at author Patricia Hopkins and Instagram at Patricia R. Hopkins. Thank you all so much and have a beautiful, beautiful day.